and welcome to my channel. Today's video is a small little library book haul. Due to all the craziness going on right now, our libraries were shut down. They're finally starting to open back up, which means I have to return these books after months of having them. So I wanted to share with you some books that we recently, a few months ago, got from the library and just kind of talk about my thoughts on them. Before I share those books with you, don't forget to hit the subscribe button for more content like this. I do homeschool content. It's a lot of what this channel is, to be honest. So in the future, I do plan to share more book hauls, so keep that in mind. And the like button lets me know you enjoy this kind of content, so I know to continue making book hauls for you guys. Okay, now that that's all out of the way, let's go ahead and look at the books I got. So the very first book I got was adorable. It's called Leilas Happiness. I do have a ring light on because I'm in a dark room. But this book is called Leilas Happiness, and it was a very cute book. The book just kind of goes over, first it tells you a little bit about her. Her name is Layla, she's 7 years old. And it goes over different things that make people in her family happy. So she said Layla means night beauty, and I love the night. So she just kind of goes over things about herself, but then she goes into happiness. And so here she says, I think happiness is climbing a tree or wearing purple. And then she goes into like what her parents love. So this one says it's my dad when he talks about growing up in South Carolina. And so it just goes over different things in her family that make them happy. So I do recommend this book. It's a very easy read, and it is great for a lot of activities to follow up with. So what we did was we discussed happiness after reading this book, and we discussed what we feel we notice makes our family members happy. So what makes daddy happy? What makes mommy happy? What makes Vivi and Savannah happy? And so we talked about those things, and then we could create acts of kindness based off of that to create happiness for people. That's what we chose to do, but of course you could come up with many other activities. But I do recommend this book. So it's Leilas Happiness, written by Mariah Dessa and Akir Tali. I don't know if I butchered those names, but yeah, I do recommend that book. This next one was really interesting, and it's called Common Threads, Adam's Day at the Market by Huda Essa. And it's a really cute book with no words. So the point of this book obviously is to focus on using the pictures to figure out what's going on. And on top of that, understanding body language or noticing cultural similarities or differences. So that's kind of the point of the book. So it's about a little boy here, as you can see. His name is Adam, and he gets lost while in a market. And this market is very, very diverse. As you can see, if you look here, it's a very diverse market. And he gets lost, and he is trying to find his parents, and so he's looking for how to identify them out of the crowd. And it's a really cute concept for your kid to start understanding diversity and culture. And that's how we used it. We looked at the pictures, we talked about similarities and differences in cultures, and trying to understand possible originations of those people based on what we see in the book. So we would go, okay, let's look at the food they're eating. Are they only getting vegetables? Could they possibly be a religious group that doesn't believe in eating meat? We focused on that. Or maybe even we looked at their clothes, and we noticed that some clothes were African, some were Middle Eastern, some were European or American looking clothing. So we kind of focused on those things to try to identify differences and similarities. And it's a great way to start introducing that subject to your kids. And like I said, no words. So it has a pretty wide interpretation for how you want to describe diversity to your kids. And I would highly recommend it. We had a blast with this book, and like I said, it just opened a lot of conversation for diversity. This next one, I couldn't help myself. I don't know if I consider myself a feminist or not. I feel like there's so many definitions all over the place, but I do believe in exposing my girls to women who are doing things that might be considered male dominant, or just examples showing that women do not have to be docile, and that they can speak their voice or do things that they love. I'm all about that. I'm all about exposing my girls to strong women. And so this book was really cute. It's called Go Girls Go, written by Frances Gilbert. And it was a great little read, super easy read. And I mean, super easy, not kidding. Like, Vroom goes Emma, Hoot goes Meg, and Clink goes Jayla. So very easy read. But I love these pages because in between it's like, go girls, go. And so we get excited about the girls doing these male-dominated jobs and pursuing the things that they love, or, you know, just being in the workforce in different ways, and just showing my girls that there are so many career options. And I mean, it's just multiple pages of women in different careers. And then at the end, it's really cute because, and this is how we created an activity out of it. So this says, girls can rock it way up high, what about you? And then you flip the page and it says, give it a try. And your kid can pick a career to look at and pretend. So what we did was Vivi picked, she wanted to be a ranger, a park ranger, which is this one here. So we got her dressed up as close as we could to a park ranger, found her a big hat, got her clothes on, all that kind of stuff. She had this little car that we let them ride around in the house, and she rode around in that as her park ranger car. And she had stuffed animals set up to check on in the wilderness, and then she would check on me and Savannah, the people in the park, to see how we're doing. And she had a great time doing some role play. So I recommend the book for 2 reasons, and that is exposure to strong women and women in the workforce, and also for role play. So honestly, it could be a read for a girl or a boy. It doesn't have to be a girl. I just happen to be a girl mom. Yeah, I thought it was a super cute and simple book, really easy to get the point across of just showing what women can do. And this last one is my favorite out of the 4. It has my heart. I might go actually purchase it for our own home library. And it's called Tristan Is Marvel, written by Renee Gouchou. I don't know, Gouichous. So it's, oh, you guys, this book had my heart. Okay, so there's I love children's literature a lot. Like, I don't know if there's a career in just studying children's literature, but I could do that. And this book had my heart, and I even cried reading it. I get very emotional about certain topics that books might hit. And so we talked about Idris, and Idris is this little boy who lives in a different country than we do. So we talk about possible places he might be from, and it doesn't give you an idea of where he's from necessarily, but you can just kind of go off of the context of the pictures to kind of identify where he might be. Idris is this little boy that has a toy. His one toy is a marble, and he plays with it all the time. You can see here. And one day while he's out playing, chaos breaks loose, and it alludes to war coming. Like he said, this is one day Idris hears a loud bang, and from there it gets really crazy and chaotic, and eventually and very suddenly Idris has to pick up and leave with his mother and go. And Idris ends up, as you can see here, like war is taking place. And Idris goes with his mom, and they get on a boat. And the boat takes them overseas somewhere, doesn't mention where. And actually goes through this whole adventure. So first the mom gets them a ride. Let's see here. First the mom gets them a ride. And then they do other things like crawling through barbed wire to get to where they need to go. You guys, I mean, it's a really hard book to read if you are very empathetic and emotional about war-torn situations, or, you know, children just having to up and leave in sudden chaos. Like that kind of, that stuff gets to me. But yes, he ends up on a boat. Just to get back on subject, I'm sorry, I can rabbit trail about this book. He gets back on the boat, and it's just the story of how this marble is the one thing that comes with him wherever he goes, even to the new place that they're going to live. And it's, you guys, it's such a beautiful book. I am emotionally attached to this book, and I'm confident that a lot of you will be too. So this is the top one of the 4 I would recommend. I saved the best for last. So yeah, those are 4 books that we have recently rented from the library. Those are the 4 books. I will leave links to them down below, probably like Amazon links if I can find them. Otherwise, check your libraries to see if you can rent them. But all right, you guys, I want you to have a wonderful day. I'll see you in the next video. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button for more content, and the like button lets me know you enjoy these type of book hauls. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Have a great day. Bye.